Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another video. This is Binta Umm Yahya, your ustaza and mindset coach. We are looking at marriage and especially before getting married, okay? And what we're looking at, sisters, is what we can do to prepare ourselves before marriage and the things that are really important. In the previous video, we talked about the importance of understanding yourself and how your subconscious plays a huge role in you choosing a partner. So go watch that video. I'll put the link somewhere. Here you can click and watch it, what to do before marriage. It's one of the three major pillars of attraction, psychologically speaking. And so in this video, I want to talk about the other two. Usually what we think about is physical attraction, but that's just one element. Majority of the case, what is going to attract us to the other has more to do with psychology, with your subconscious mind. Why? Because your behavior is impacted by your subconscious. Over 90% of your behavior and emotions are impacted by your subconscious. So we already talked about that. And so what I want to discuss is the other two ways. So one of the other way is when you see someone and that person seems to meet your needs perfectly. For instance, give you an example. You feel that maybe in your childhood, you were always being criticized. You felt criticized a lot. You felt like you were not good enough. And so that created a need in you for reassurance and validation a lot. You want someone to reassure you, to validate you, to say that you're good enough, like to show you that you're good enough. And if this person is a person that praises easily, that, cheers someone very easily, that, validates you very easily, then your subconscious is like really drawn to this because this is a need where you're hungry for this need to be filled. And this person is naturally filling it up. So you will feel drawn to that person, right? And so the third way that, we get attracted to someone psychologically is when we meet someone who expresses a repressed trait. So we did the need, we did also, like basically the core wound or the familiar, like for instance, you had in your childhood, the opposite gender was a certain way. And so you get attracted to that certain way, even if consciously you know that this is not something that is good for you. Okay. So second one was, we just said, need, and third one is a trait. So maybe you have low self-esteem, you doubt yourself, and then you meet someone who is very confident. So the trait of confidence is being repressed in you. You're going to be attracted to someone who expresses the opposite of that, right? Opposite attracts. So someone who is confident, sure within themselves, they know they're decisive, they can make decision. You are going to be attracted to that if you're somebody who struggled with this trait, for instance, right? That's a trait that is repressed. And so that's another way, that's a third way psychologically that you could be attracted to someone. So now I'm sharing these three ways with you for what reason? I want you to understand, and now I'm going to share with you, we had a live this past Saturday on Blessed Relationship. This is our last month of this 6-month cohort on marriage. And I wanted them we're at the part where we're building a vision. We created a vision of what we want in a marriage. And I wanted them to understand that the most important thing is really self-awareness. If you want your relationship, it doesn't even have to be a marital relationship. Any type of relationship, you want to succeed and thrive in that relationship, self-awareness is going to be huge. Knowing yourself, knowing what are your triggers, knowing what are your needs, knowing what are your core wounds, knowing, what are your, what baggage you're coming with from childhood. Understanding yourself is going to be huge And actually healing yourself if you have insecurity issues is going to be huge when you're trying to attach yourself to someone else, because they're going to come with their own that may trigger you. And like I said, subconsciously, you may be attracted to this other person because there's something there for you to work on and heal from. Okay. Let me just put a quote here of Dr. Gloria Lee, and she says it so beautifully. Let me just put that quote here from her page, and it's really, really powerful stuff. So now I'm gonna let you listen in on the clip, a little clip of what we had going on Saturday. And if you're interested in joining the next cohort on marriage, is for anybody who's interested in getting married, at the age of getting married, who is divorced, who is married, who is a widow. You want to understand more and really build yourself up for marriage. This course is for you. It's 6 months long. We meet twice a month, so 2 Saturdays a month. We meet at 12 p.m. New York time until 1. And like I said, it's every other Saturday. You have some activities, some exercises, some on Telegram as well, a lot of shares about how to build your marriage, and some coaching. So you get really everything that you need to be strong in your marriage. If you're interested, I will put the link below. Right now, I'm accepting applications, so not even, you don't even have to register right now, but just you have to fill the survey because this is what I did the first 6 months. I had the survey of these sisters, and what I did was I customized a package for them, for their needs, for what they really want to work on. And so that's what I want to do with you as well. If you want to work with me, click on the link below, complete the application, and when registration will be officially ongoing, you will be contacted. Bi'idhnillah. Maybe you've heard of the concept of future self. And so it's really being clear on how you want to show up in your marriage. So it's going to be very activity focused. So hopefully you have something to write. The best way to enjoy these sessions is to be all caught up on the content, because you taking everything that you've learned so far, or that you've been reminded of if you already knew about it, and then you're like, okay, what am I going to do about it practically right now in my marriage moving forward? Or if you're not married, practically in looking for a spouse, what am I going to do? And even if you're not married, it's like it's interesting because how I gave you guys a questionnaire before we started, right? So I could customize this class to your needs and to your questions. And subhanAllah, I was going back over the questions, and I was like, I wonder if they would have the same answers, 6 months later, right? And there was one thing that I noticed that you guys said, and I'm curious. I want to know if you guys still believe that. Um, Let me go back to where is it? I put it here somewhere. What do you believe is the most important aspect of a successful marriage? Can you guys type in the chat, what do you think it is now? What do you believe is the most important aspect of a successful marriage? That's the first activity. I'm warming you up. What do you believe is the most important aspect of a successful marriage? Now that you've covered the content, um, do you still believe this? Even if you still believe the same thing, it's fine. I would like to see, and if you could, yeah, communication, trust, patience. Okay. Okay. Seeing it as an act of worship. Somebody said compassion.
Yes, I said compassion because I can't type now. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Compassion. Okay. Okay. So I would say knowing about marriage from the Islamic perspective, fulfilling my own needs myself. Okay. I would say, if you ask me, and what I've been trying to really convey is that the most important aspect of a successful marriage is really knowing yourself. Would you guys agree with that or no? Really knowing yourself, knowing what you need, knowing your boundaries, knowing who you are, knowing your triggers, knowing your rights and obligations as a wife, knowing yourself. To me, because many times we say, oh, you know, we need to communicate better. Okay, we need to communicate, but how do you communicate? Do you understand your own way of communicating, of when you are triggered? Because it's all really about yourself. Once the relationship to yourself, when that is solid, then your relationship with others becomes solid. You guys see the point there? But if your relationship with yourself, like if you, for instance, if you put yourself down and you're very critical, like with yourself, this is a muscle that you build of being critical. You're going to be critical about other people. Whether you say it or not, you're going to expect certain more from people because you expect from yourself so much. Right? Let's say, for instance, that you have a tendency to deny your own needs a lot. You're always denying your own needs. And then you're going to have this expectation that other people should fulfill your needs. But if you're not able to fulfill your own needs, then they also have their own life to live, right? And so you're always going to be disappointed because they're not fulfilling my needs. But you're not fulfilling your own needs. So when Aisha says fulfilling my own needs myself, I totally agree. And there you have it. So now they're creating their vision, building a vision for themselves about what they're looking for in a marriage and making it so clear and so vivid that they know what to ask for in making dua. They know what to ask Allah for. They know what to work towards. But it starts with the relationship with yourself. It really does. So there is the marriage program, Blessed Relationships, that is starting again for a new cohort, as I mentioned. And there's also a free freedom coaching package where it's a one-on-one, 12 weeks with me. And it's mostly getting you free from anything that is tying you down as far as core wounds, limiting beliefs, procrastination. Why do you procrastinate? Trying to find out why, getting to the bottom of what's holding you back. So that is called the Freedom Coaching Package, and I will have the link below as well. I pray this video was beneficial to you. Definitely comment, what is for you the thing that makes a marriage work, the number one thing. And then another question for you is that, do you have a clear vision of what you want in your marriage? Assalamu alaikum.